Peter Mujzatko, the former Twitter whistleblower who claimed last month the company was guilty of egregious security lapses, told Congress that company leadership failed to take action against spies on its payroll. In testimony to the Senate Judiciary Committee on Tuesday, Zatko said that Twitter's security precautions were so lacking that if an intelligence agency hadn't infiltrated the company, you're most likely not doing your job. I'm reminded of one conversation with an executive when I said, I am conference. Let's keep growing the office. Last month, in a whistleblower complaint sent to the Justice Department and the SEC, Zatko claimed that an Indian government agent was working for Twitter while he was there between November 2020 and January 2022, and there were suspicions a Chinese agent had infiltrated. Earlier this year, a Saudi Arabian national employed by Twitter was sentenced by the Justice Department for spying on dissidents using the social media app. Zatko said Twitter's physical security team had been contacted regarding at least one Chinese intelligence agent on the staff. Prior to Zatko's comments, Senator Chuck Grassley had claimed the FBI had warned Twitter about a Chinese agent amongst its employees. Twitter, which has sought to downplay Zatko's revelations, has not yet responded to a request for comment, but in a letter to staff, CEO Parag Agrawal called the allegations a false narrative riddled with inconsistencies and inaccuracies, and presented without important context. Senator Ron Wyden. He called on Twitter to encrypt users' private messages, saying he had personally urged founder Jack Dorsey to do so years ago. If thousands of Twitter employees have access to private conversations, there's no guarantee of security unless it's baked into the design. A renowned security expert, Zatko was hired by Twitter after a devastating 2020 attack in which hackers broke into Twitter accounts belonging to President Obama. In his testimony to the government, Zatko alleged he saw multiple failings in Twitter security that led him to believe the company was misleading the public, lawmakers, regulators and even its own board of directors over its ability to protect user data. Zatko claimed that Twitter leadership didn't understand the scale of the failures and hadn't addressed the issues because their executive incentives led them to prioritize profits over security. He said Twitter was far too lenient with access to company information and was 10 years behind in dust.